I see that the webinar is being recorded at this time, so welcome to the elementary virtual information meeting for the 2022-23 school year. I am Venetia Willis-Holbrook, principal for the virtual program. Tonight, we are going to discuss what is virtual learning, the expectations for virtual learning, and what virtual instruction looks like. I would like to introduce Leanna Albrecht, Community Relations Director, Rosalind Smith, Virtual Learning Manager, Kevin Ikeda, Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Instruction, and our elementary virtual team, Ginger Anderson, Sal Pritchard, and Penny. Sorry, and Penny. We were having some technical difficulties with Roz, so she is in the room with me, and we'll give her a second to say hi to everybody as well. Like I said, tonight we're going to discuss what is virtual learning, what to expect, and what virtual instruction looks like. I hope this presentation assists you in making the choice that best fits your students' needs for the upcoming school year. We learned a lot this year working with our families in virtual learning. We listened and we have made adjustments to our virtual learning program to meet the needs of students in the Clover Park School District. If you are considering virtual learning, it's important to understand the model for virtual learning in Clover Park School District so you can determine if the program is a good fit for your student and for your family. Our program is a partnership model. The family, Clover Park School District, and Pearson work together to provide core, elective, and social emotional learning. Student learning is done at home, independently, with family support. Students need an identified learning coach to guide them through the learning activities provided by Clover Park School District and Pearson. The majority of student learning is done independently. There are limited opportunities to meet face-to-face with a teacher in real time. Students and families may choose to interact with teachers and staff weekly for Pearson instruction, by appointment for Pearson office hours, weekly for social emotional learning with Clover Park School District staff, twice a week for after-school tutoring with Clover Park School District staff, and occasionally for family and student events with Clover Park School District staff. The amount a student and family decides to participate in scheduled instruction is flexible, but students need to complete assignments daily to ensure progress. In the Clover Park School District learning model, family, Clover Park School District, and Pearson all have roles to support the student as a learner. Families act as the student's learning coach and help students navigate the learning system to complete assignments and build learning portfolios. Families set the daily schedule for student learning and designate a space in the home for your student to work. Families ensure your student checks in weekly with their student education advocate. And families communicate weekly with the student education advocate to discuss student progress and needs. Pearson provides weekly live instruction at grade level. Pearson offers office hours and email support for students. Pearson assesses the student portfolio work and recommends grades to Clover Park School District. And Pearson plans learning activities in ELA, math, and social studies. Clover Park School District provides a student education advocate as a primary contact for your student and family. Clover Park provides special education, 504, and multi-language learner supports and instruction. Clover Park School District provides state assessments in alignment with the state assessment schedule. Clover Park offers weekly social emotional learning live lessons with peer groups. And Clover Park will offer family events. When making the choice about virtual learning for your family, it's important to consider your students' needs and your family's circumstances. Each child is unique, and not every student is successful in a virtual environment. We encourage you and your family to discuss with your student what is important about school and how your student best learns. Some things we suggest you think about as a family are: who is going to be the identified learning coach? How will the student know who their at-home resource is? What supports will the student learning coach need? The learning coach will work closely with the virtual student education advocate to help the student complete assignments. Another consideration is how your student learns. Some students work best when they are able to work alone or with their learning coach. For some students, a classroom is an overwhelming place. Students who are motivated to learn but prefer to work alone are good candidates for virtual learning. Every family's circumstance is different. Some families need the flexibility to have earlier or later start times, or the flexibility to adjust the pacing of their students' learning. The student education advocate will work closely with the family to make adjustments. Students who struggle with motivation may find in-person learning is a better support. At this time, I would like to introduce Rosalind Smith, Virtual Learning Manager. Sorry.
Technical difficulties. Good evening, everyone. What are the requirements for students? Weekly contact, complete assignments daily, academic honesty, allow the student to do their own work, participate in testing, use technology appropriately, and you must live in Clover Park School District. Virtual learning has rules it must follow in state law and Clover Park School District policy. By signing up for virtual, families are agreeing to meet the requirements of this choice program. Students, with the assistance of their learning coach at home, must have an interaction weekly with the virtual program. Weekly contact can be one-to-one contact with the teacher in the live lesson, email with the teacher, telephone contact with teacher or Clover Park staff. Students are expected to complete course time comparable to their peers. Students attend school for 28 hours a week. Virtual students will have a learning plan that includes 28 hours. The learning coach at home will work with the Clover Park student education advocate to adjust the learning plan if necessary. Students need to submit portfolio work that is representative of their skills and ability. Students should participate in state testing, and students need to make sure that district-provided technology is used for school. Unfortunately, we are unable to serve students who do not live in Clover Park School District boundaries. Families are an important part of the virtual program. Families identify and ensure someone is supporting the student at home as the learning coach. Families support the at-home learning coach in communicating weekly with your student education advocate. Families are asked to participate in fall and spring conferencing. Families are asked to ensure that the at-home learning coach participate in monthly progress review with the student education advocate to determine if any adjustments need to be made to the learning plan. Families need to report student absences to the Student Education Advocate. Students who are not completing assignments and are not meeting with the Student Education Advocate weekly will be marked absent, and attendance interventions will occur. Students who are chronically considered absent will be referred in alignment with required truancy processes. The biggest feedback we have gotten in the virtual load offered this year did not fit the needs of students. Based on this feedback, we adjusted to allow families flexibility and choice. We have identified 3 core courses that all Clover Park Elementary students will complete for their grade level. We are offering multiple enrichment and extended day programming for the other learning areas, and families may choose the plan that works best for their student. The courses in the light green are the core required courses for all students. The darker green courses are elective, and families may select their preferred opportunity. All students will take grade level English language arts, math, and social studies with Pearson. All students will maintain a PE log. Students and families can select their art and grade level science course from Pearson. Extended learning opportunities offered by the district and/or TCI and Quaver curriculum. Family feedback from this year made it clear that families prefer to have choice in how students access elective coursework. The following options are a part of what families may select from to build their students' full schedule. If parents choose to participate in Quaver, we will enroll your student. The course is fully asynchronous or independent. Students will not receive a grade for this course. Quavermusic.com is where students explore music concepts, play musically themed games, compose music, and learn dance routines. It's highly interactive and engaging. Students personalize their own avatar in music room and earn medals and trophies. Teachers create classes and assign activities. Students use Quaver to log in from personal devices during or after school. If parents choose to participate in TCI, we will enroll your student. The course is fully asynchronous or independent. Students will not receive a grade for this course. TCI's elementary science curriculum is built in alignment with NGSS and is constructed with 3-dimensional inquiry-based instruction at its core. TCI interweaves literacy and science to strengthen communication and scientific understanding. Students are engaged with interactive investigation activities and engineering challenges. If parents choose to participate in tutoring, we will enroll your student. The course is fully synchronous or teacher-led. Students will not receive a grade for this course. Students will get the opportunity to do 1 session of ELA per week and 1 session of math per week for 90 minutes. Students will participate in grade level groups. Social emotional learning will be offered for 45 minutes twice a week, led by the virtual resource coordinator. Registration for the online option will be open through June 3rd via the online form found in the link in the chat and on the district website under virtual learning. Returning families who have confirmed their intent to return virtual learning do not need to complete the form again. In-person and phone orientations will be scheduled through June 15th for families new to online learning. Kickoff meetings and computer pickup will occur August 8th through the 12th. Virtual staff will reach out to schedule your kickoff meeting, and school starts August 15th for virtual students. To apply for enrollment, please use the link in the chat or go to the district website under virtual learning. Current virtual families who have confirmed they are returning to virtual in fall do not need to resubmit the survey. For questions regarding virtual contact myself, Rosalind Smith, at 253-682-7847. Thank you. If there are any questions, please add them to the chat. And Ms. Willis Holbrook will be dropping that link in the chat.
William, copy of the slides be sent out. Okay, so the first question is, will a copy of these slides be sent out? We will be posting this presentation to the district YouTube, and we would be more than happy to put these into a PDF that we can send to our enrolling families. You will also be receiving a handbook, and then in your kickoff meeting in August.
This presentation is also being recorded and will be posted to the district's YouTube channel. Virtual school year ends June. It's the same as the Clover Park School District. And I'm sorry, I don't have that.
So the question is, does the virtual school year end earlier than the in-school school year? And the answer to that is that we will keep the courses open till the last day of instruction for Clover Park School District for students that need to catch up, but the live lessons will end earlier. So what will happen is virtual families will have the option to end their school year earlier than in-person families. However, we will give that extra time for families that feel like they need just a little bit more time to get in their final learning portfolios. That's a great question. Thank you. I saw something else in the Q&A, so. Okay. Will tutoring also, okay, so another question is, will tutoring be available for students that are not on virtual learning? Tutoring for next year in after-school programs has not been released yet, and so we'll have to get back to you for that answer. Summer Wesley asks, will hybrid learning be an option? Hybrid learning is not an option for the 2022-23 school year. Will Spanish learning be available for students? Yes, we will be purchasing Spanish elective courses through Pearson for students that are interested in using that as one of their electives. And we appreciate, Kimberly was the one that provided us with that feedback, and that was a great idea. So definitely communicate with us. We try and do what we can. Virtual learning available, yes. So K-5, we do have virtual learning for K-5 through the Pearson platform. And then we do have some specialized support that will be through Clover Park School District for students with 504s and IEPs. But yes, K-5 students are welcome to participate in virtual learning. The PE log will be through Clover Park School District. Okay, so do we know who will be teaching social emotional for second grade and kindergarten requesting Miss Ginger? At this time, we have Ms. Sao, who will be teaching that social emotional for second, and Miss Durr or Miss Penny, who will be teaching for kindergarten. Now, I know if you have a young one in second grade that you had Miss Ginger this year, and she shares an office with Miss Sao, so you may be able to get her to say hi. And Miss Penny has been highly popular with our kindergarten students, so I think you'll really love the work that she does with your kindergartner. But we appreciate that you love our student education advocates. That makes us very happy. And shout out to Ginger, who is on the call.
Can we switch from in-person learning to virtual?
Can we switch from in-person learning to virtual in the middle of the school year? We are going to request that any switches are made at the semester so that there's a natural break in the instruction for your student. And so the PE log will be monitored through your student engagement advocate. It's a good one. So the teachers, are the teachers the same from Clover Park School District? The teachers are Pearson teachers, but the student education advocates and the tutors are Clover Park School District employees. So I'm going to type that in for you because I see you don't have audio.
Leonie is asking, I'm not sure if I missed the information about virtual class schedules, like what time does class start and end? So for the live sessions, you all will receive a schedule from Pearson and when the live sessions occur. But other than those live sessions, you can log on at any time to complete and submit work.
In your August kickoff meeting, you will be given a schedule for your student that includes your Pearson time, as well as your social emotional learning time and your tutoring time. So that you know when those in-person opportunities are available. Kimberly, perfect. So the question Kimberly had is, she's one of our families now. Are the live sessions with Pearson optional, or are they going to be next year mandatory? We need to have two-way communication with the teacher weekly, and you get to choose how you want to have that two-way communication. So it can be participating in the live lesson, it can be communicating through assignments, it can be participating in the social emotional learning piece. So You'll have many options to do that. So it's not mandatory to participate in those live lessons, but we do request weekly interaction. Oh, social emotional. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. SEL is social emotional learning. So that would be our character education curriculum. And it's also a time for students to be in class groups with their peers where they get to interact it with real time. So the peer groups get together and they go through it's character counts curriculum, and they get to have that more real classroom experience where maybe they're chatting with each other or sharing about their day. It's been really popular with the students who have participated and been a high value added piece of the online virtual program. And if you have questions about that curriculum, please reach out to Roz, and she'll be happy to share with you what's in there. So some of the things that we're looking forward to next year that we weren't able to do this year are to host some virtual and some in-person opportunities for your students to interact. So we're excited to be able to do that next year. Of course, everything is based on what the COVID numbers are. We also are excited to have those kickoff meetings so we can make sure that you and your student get off to a good start and have the resources you need. We're going to give it just a couple more minutes to see if there's any other questions. Otherwise, we're going to let you go because I know everybody's busy. Oh, I see some in that. No, I got all the Q&A. Yes, that's a great question. Will lunches be available for pickup for the virtual students? We will be working with the local schools so that you have a designated pickup time for virtual students. So we will have packets for ELA and the handwriting curriculum. The math curriculum has been a challenge and we're trying to work through that. We'll keep you updated with the kickoff meetings, but we do have that as one of the asks that we're trying to get fixed. Oh, thank you. We appreciate the love. So we love our virtual students back and our families. Yes. Okay, so if you have registered for virtual learning, again, you do not need to re-register. So I know a few of you have already been with us and already filled out your survey, so you don't need to do that again. We know that some of you are new, and I did drop that link into the chat. I'm going to do it one more time if you want to register. If you're undecided, I recommend that you that you take action on whatever you're leaning towards most. We do have limited spots for next year. So if you're leaning towards being in person, that's great. But if you're leaning more towards being virtual, I would go ahead and fill in that registration link so that you have that spot. We've provided priority for people who are participating in the program now and people who are participating online now. So
Did we answer this question?
yes, we did.
Okay.
Oh, so in your kindergarten, this is a great question. If you have a kindergartner, but you have students already enrolled in virtual, just go ahead for that kindergartner. If you filled out for your kindergartner on the first survey, that's fine. And you're good to go. If not, then go ahead and fill out this new form just for your kindergartner. We're not going to take your other students off if you already listed them on the intent to return form that we sent out a couple of weeks ago. So and if you have any questions, make sure you give us a call. We're happy to be here to help. And you're always welcome to stop by. A few of you have been by to pick up packets, so we're always happy to help. Thank you all so very much. We really appreciate the time together, and reach out whenever you need to. Thank you all so much. Have a great night.
Thank you. Good night.